Welcome back to Texas News Primetime. I'm Lucy Lopez bringing you this week's weather update. This week's weather is giving up just a bit of everything nice. Tuesday's heat is coming in hot with a high of 96 and a low of 59, but luckily it won't be direct heat as there will be mild clouds to counter the sun. Wednesday the sun is shining strong, but luckily the high won't be too intense, coming in at 79 with a low of 48. Thursday is looking just about the same with a high of 77 and a low of 47. Friday, we are expecting some rain with a high of 81 and a low of 47, but no need to cancel all weekend plans because the sun will come out tomorrow, and Saturday we will have a clear day with a high of 87 and a low of 58. Finishing off this week with chocolate bunnies and a beautiful day, Sunday will have a high of 85 and a low of 67 with some nice clouds and lots of Easter bunny fun. Well, that's it from me in the Weather Center. Now, let's take a look at what's happening in the sports world.
Hello, Kevin. How are you today?
Going well, Andres. How are you?
Pretty good myself. Let's talk about Formula One and what happened in Australia.
Yes, we had a great, amazing race in Australia. And to tell you the very least, this whole entire F1 season has just been dramatic from the get-go. We had Charles Leclerc, who had been just doing so well with Ferrari. He came in with pole position initially within qualifying rounds of F1 this season. And he started strong and he finished strong. All the way he did just straight up amazing. The first position was Charles Leclerc, and then it finished with George Russell, and then Charles Santos. Really, Ferrari did a great job on getting on the podium. And really, it just seems like the F1 championship is just theirs in the making. I mean, nobody else is really in the way to stop them. I mean, we saw Red Bull, they have their issues with their powertrains, right? Max Verstappen not even being able to complete the race. And this is your defending world champion, right? So at the end of the day, analyzing this race, it was a very, very exciting race from the get-go. But overall, I mean, we really have a lot in store to see for Ferrari, because Charles Leclerc, man, he's been just doing just about amazing as you can.
Yeah. So let's talk about soccer now.
Yes.
What did you think of the World Cup draw?
You know, it's very interesting to say the very least. Everyone is talking about the U.S. being drawn in a group with England and whatnot, and there's obviously the question that can they actually advance out of the group, right? Because you have Iran in there as well, and then you have a fourth team which hasn't been figured out yet, because there's Ukraine, Scotland, and Wales playing off to get there. But it seems like a very difficult group to actually advance out of. But I don't think, to say the very least, that the U.S. men's national team is not capable of actually advancing to the next stage, right? They have really, really a strong core roster. You have Pulisic, you have Gio Reyna, and all sorts of great players. It will be, personally, I think, a disappointment if I don't see the U.S. Advancing out of the group. But at the end of the day, it's really, you really never know what can happen, right? I mean, the U.S. didn't even qualify for the past World Cup, right? So, I mean, just getting to the stage is just a big deal itself. Really, I mean, that's how low the bar is right now. But, I mean, I really think they can make a good run. I mean, as an overall view of the entire World Cup, right, it's a very interesting draw, and I don't think there necessarily is a group of death. I mean, yeah, I mean, Mexico has its group as well. And I mean, do you have any thoughts about that, really?
Yeah, I think it's evenly matched. I mean, I looked at the groups. There's not one group where it's really stacked. But in regards of the U.S., I think they could go somewhat far. I mean, I do believe that 2026 is most likely their year, just because of the really young roster. But we'll see, because I don't know if you heard about this, but Gio Reyna recently got injured again. So we'll have to see if he's back for that. But let's talk about the Champions League. Quarterfinals are happening. Bayern versus Villarreal, Real versus Chelsea, Atletico versus Man City, and Liverpool versus Benfica. Tomorrow the two legs are going to be played. So, and that's going to be Bayern versus Villarreal. What do you think about that? Who do you think is going to win that game?
I mean, I honestly think it's Real's for the taking, right? And there was this piece of history that I think I just want to point out there real quick. Whenever Bayern wins the Champions League, Real Madrid does as well right after. So, I mean, it seems like history's about to repeat itself. But That's all I really have for Champions League and all.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm a Bayern fan, so hopefully they take it this year again. And
sure.
yeah,
Sure. I mean, thanks for bringing me on, Andreas.
of course. Always a pleasure to have you, Kevin.
Thank you very much. Up next, we'll be with Sophia Kurtz and with Who Has Entertainment, and we'll catch you right after the break.